Hey, Activate family, Coach Iain back for another exciting class, closer than ever. This works right here. Super pumped to be here for today's power class. Happy Wednesday, middle of the week, hump day. I hope everybody's week's going well. We're almost there, a few more days, and then get back to the weekend again. Today's focus is gonna be a lot on joint strength and explosive plyometric power, right? So just leaving the ground and having pretty solid joints, right? So we'll get started with our first series. Well, I guess I actually skip the warm-up, but first we'll get into a warm-up, kind of gradually get that blood flow going, get a little sweat on, then we'll get started with our series. Okay, so starting with a warm-up, we'll just go knee hugs to start. Five each side. And right into ankle grabs, little calf raise. 5 each side. Add a little lean too to get more quad stretch. Go one more each side. Next, let's open up our hips. Feet a little bit wider, just a little bit apart. And we'll just bring them around down here. Go around 10 times for a circle. And then we'll go the opposite way. And one more. 10. Switch it up. And 10. Next, we'll get sort of those hamstrings. Right into that hip hinge, we'll drop right down to the mornings here. Get our hips. Chest down as far as we can get it, with our back straight. Slight bend in our knees, if we can. Next, let's go single leg, similar thing. Let's go right into kick with a reach. So right leg touching our left hand, back down, touching the wrist. So 10 each leg. More. And then switch up. Let's go the other way. And one more. Next, we'll go right into a right leg curl squat. So we'll start with our right leg crossing over our left, drop it down, and sit into a chair. Just to open up those hips a little bit more. Alternating here for, let's go 5 each side here, 10 total. Get a nice stretch. Hold it for a couple seconds if you can. Work on that balance a little bit. Go one more. Go. Next, let's keep our legs kind of a little bit wider and shoulder width apart. Just gonna open up our low back just a little bit here. We're just gonna swing kind of back and forth. Nice little hamstring stretch as well. About 10 times or so. All right. Once we're done with that, get on the ground here. Right into our fire hydrants. Kicking out our right leg to start. 10. And 10, switch it up. And right into those T-spine reach throughs. Start with my left hand coming through, reaching up to the sky, spread that knee between my leg and my arm, trying to touch that shoulder to the ground. Let's go for 10. Okay, switch it up. And 10. Right here, we'll work on our hip mobility going back and forth. So we'll go right into those anterior pelvic tilts, posterior ones, right? Where our pelvis is kind of like a bowl. All right, we're going to shape it into that posterior bowl by pelvic tilt by sucking in our stomach, squeezing our glutes. All right, we're not pulling through our upper spine. Try to keep our upper spine sort of neutral with the ground. And as we come down, we're going to push our butt out, really extend through our low spine with 10. One more here. Next, we'll go to bird dogs. We'll go 5 each side. Throw my left arm to start, my right leg. Have the spine neutral, circulate ourselves the whole time. Push it up. All right. Let's get up on our feet here. Get the blood pumping with some of our faster plyometric dynamic warm-up. Go into high knees for 20. Right into butt kickers for 20. Drop squats, go 10. So feet together to start, wide apart, we'll alternate our hands to the ground. We're going to drop those hips. Last we'll do bounce, bounce, explode. Get our calves rocking here. Go for 10. And 10. All right, grab a quick sip if you need it. Today's drink of choice, as usual, Carlsbad alkaline water. Fire. Okay, as you guys usually know, I'll step up a little bit here. As you guys usually know, I do like to incorporate a core series in all of our workouts, even if it's not core day, because I do want to focus on really using our extremities to throughout the rest of the workouts, right? Not just relying on our core stability. So with that being said, we'll start with the core series to start. We'll go into Russian twist sit-ups. We'll be on the ground. Okay, we're kind of adding two different ab exercises into one here. Right, so we'll go into a Russian twist. On the left, right, touching both hands to the ground. Down, up for a sit-up. That's one. We're gonna go for 8 total. And then we're gonna go on our side here, kind of work our lateral side into 8 side plank reach throughs. All right, so we're getting that side plank from our shoulders to our toes, as straight as the board, arms straight up in the air. Coming down for that reach through, like a T-spine reach through. Right back up. All right, we'll go 8 each side with the side plank reach throughs. And then we're gonna go finish off with 8 alternating V-ups, okay? So it should be 4 on each leg. Right, coming up, touching our opposite leg and our opposite arm. Right, so left foot, right hand, vice versa. Right foot, left hand. Want to make sure on those that, it's not just our legs coming up. We want to make sure that our butt is fulcrum. Same thing with the sit-ups, right? Unlike usual days, we can sort of rest in between because it is kind of demanding, kind of taxing on the body. So at any moment, you need to stop, grab a sip of water by all means. Because today's focus is on power, right? We're not necessarily worried about repetition or anything like that. All right. Well, let's get started with that first series. So with Russian twist. With that sit up. Here we go. Round 1. 2. 7, 8. And those side plank reach throughs. 8, switch it up. Then go right into those alternating V-steps. Seven, 8. Quick set, we'll go down for our second round here. Here we go, round 2. Russian twist with the sit-up. Eight. Do the side plank reach throughs. Around here. Into those alternating V-ups. Empty. 2 rounds down. Quick sip here. We'll go for one more. All right. Starting with those Russian twists. Last round. Let's knock it out. A couple more seconds for those who are just catching up here. Go. There we go. Side plank reach throughs. Couple more seconds for you guys to finish up here. That ends our first series, our core series. Give you guys a moment to kind of relax for a second, slow the breathing down. I'll explain the next one. So the next series will be our first foundation movement. Excuse me. For this one, we're working like bilaterally, so on both feet, right, instead of a lot of single leg stuff. We'll get to that. So work bilaterally here, and this one's kind of more functional, I guess you could say, right? We're gonna be working into tandem squats. So tandem squats just mean that we're just having different foot placement. We'll start kind of with our right foot in front of our left. For those of you who've seen some of our workouts before, you guys kind of understand, right? Right foot in front of our left, we're gonna load our left leg. That's the only reason we do the tandem stance. And we're gonna go for 8 to 10 reps, right? Go into that squat, right? We want to drop as low as we can. As we come up, really push and extend through our glutes, our knees, and our ankles. So that triple extension, right? Today is a power day. We want to build up to that plyometric phase. So we really want to focus on really pushing out, extending, and fully contracting our glutes, especially. So we'll go about 8 to 10 reps with our left foot slightly back, maybe 2 inches. Our left toes maybe 2 inches back from our right toes. And then we'll switch it up. We'll left foot front leg, right foot slightly behind. 8 to 10 reps. And then we'll move into that plyometric phase for that tandem squat jump. So staying in the same foot position, so with our left leg behind, we're gonna go into tandem squat jumps. Really focus on when we're landing, right? We don't want that, they call it valgus force, having our knees over or in between our toes, right? Big no-no in the athletic world, right? So as we jump, we want to make sure we're landing nice and stable, knees over top of our toes, as close as we can. We want to focus on landing with our right leg in front, left leg slightly behind. Not necessarily into a split squat, right? It's a little bit too far, but just enough to where you can kind of feel that left leg loading, and then vice versa with the right leg. So start with those tandem squats, 8 to 10 reps, and then right into those squat jumps. Since they're a little bit more taxing, we'll drop down the rep count to about 6 to 8 reps. We'll try to do this one for about 3 rounds or so, okay? So, starting with those tandem squats, I'll kind of turn profiles. Get my footing here out of the way. So right leg, right foot slightly in front of my left, about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches, right? Shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're just gonna drop down into a squat. As we come up, explode with the calf raise. Back down. 8 to 10 reps. Really throw those hips forward. One more. Switch it up. 9, and 10. All right, into those tandem squat jumps. So adding that plyometric phase, really focusing on that explosive power now. It's kind of where that comes in our lower extremities and our legs. So we'll start with 6 to 8 reps. That's kind of the rep count we want to get in between. Nothing really much further than that. So we'll go right leg in front, left foot slightly behind. Go right into those squat jumps. Let's see. Turn this way so you guys can see. 6 to 8 reps. Yep. Switch up the footing. Same thing on the other side. Eight. That's round 1. Quick towel off. Go for 2 more rounds here. Back to those tandem squats. Maybe 10. Switch it up here. You can exaggerate that footing, but not so much to where it's a split squat or a lunge. And all right, here we go for those tandem squat jumps. Remember, we can have rest time in between each of these because we want our body to really contract as much as we can and get the muscle to work kind of as much as we want to, get as much output as we can. Step. Round 2 done. Put 1 more round here. Then we'll move to our next series. Here we go. A couple more seconds for you guys to catch up. Catch your breath. Switch up that stance when we're done. Last set of tandem squat jumps. There we go. Really get that head to the ceiling. Switch up that foot stance. All right. job, guys. Finish off with that first foundation series. All right. This next series, you guys are kind of drawing off, catching your breath. This next series, another foundation series. We're gonna kind of work on our single leg stability, strength and explosive power, right? We'll build up kind of what we just worked on and really apply it to one side, and then of course the other. So we'll start with a single leg bridge with the leg circles that are in the air. We'll be on the mat here. As we come up, all right, I'll start with my right leg in the air. Just gonna go into circles, right? You don't have to exaggerate it to the point where, you're bending your leg because you're going range of motion's a little bit too far, but just enough, to where you have to really kind of focus on keeping your hips still. We'll go for 8, and then we're gonna switch. We're gonna go 8 on the other side. We'll just go one direction for now. We don't have to worry about going back and forth, right? Because we're focusing on that stabilization through our hips. And then we're gonna superset that with, you guessed it, a reverse lunge. That's right. So we're gonna drop down to a reverse lunge. Stay in this position as we come up, driving that knee. Foot that's planted on the ground is coming off the ground in that plyo, and right back down. We're gonna go for about 6 to 8 reps. Again, on those plyometrics, we're gonna kind of keep that rep count down to avoid any overuse or any injury or anything like that. Just enough so we can kind of build that strength and that power through our legs. We'll start with those single leg bridge circles. 8 and 8. Here we go. 2 more seconds here. I'm gonna start with my right leg up in the air. Here we go. And 8. Over the other leg. And 8. For those reverse lunge jumps. Switch it up. Again, that rep count 6 to 8. I'm going kind of on the high end, but as long as we're staying within that rep range. One round done. Go down for round 2. All right, leg up. That's it. Switch up that leg. Right into these reverse lunge jumps. Switch it up. Two rounds down. One more to go. Really try to challenge yourself on each of those plyometric jumps. Right, we want to get our head as high as we can, but also landing as controlled as possible. Right? We're just kind of jumping and landing whatever sort of defeats the power of that purpose of that power output, because we still want to be as stable as possible when we're landing. All right. Last set. Yep. Okay. One more set of those reverse lunge jumps. Again, 6 to 8 reps. If we need to take a break after just doing 2 or 3, that's totally fine. You know, we want that full range of motion, we want every rep to count as much as possible. And 8. Great job, everybody. Now with our second and last foundation movement. Grab a sip of water, dry off with a towel if you need it. I'll kind of explain this next one. We got just over 10 minutes left. We're going to work on some shoulder stability. Again, moving up the chain, starting the ground up. Kind of finish with our low extremities. Going to work on that shoulder power. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is work into plyometric push-ups. Now this one is pretty taxing on the body, pretty stressful to that shoulder joint, so there are a few ways we can do this if kind of gets become a little bit too difficult, right? The first, I'll show you how we want to try to complete it if we can, right? Not sure if you can see my hand placement here. Get this now out of the way, but what's gonna happen is usually we set up in a regular push-up position, you know, thumbs kind of right at that eye level. We're gonna change our hand placement similar to the tandem stance, right? We're gonna be doing the exact same thing, tandem stance that we did with our squats, except we're gonna have that with our hands instead, right? Into that push-up position. As we come down, we're gonna explode off the ground. I don't know if you caught that at the end there. Or explode, push off the ground, try to get your hands off the ground as much as you can. Off the ground, and we're going to switch our hand placement. So I have my left hand slightly in front. Going for that push up, I'm going to move my right hand in front and left hand behind, okay? And we're going to do 6 to 8 reps of those plyo push ups. They're pretty taxing. And then we're going to move right into a inchworm. We'll be up on our feet, walk down with our hands. Shoulder tap, right back up. We're going to do about 8 reps of that, okay? We're going to do for 2 to 3 rounds of this shoulder series. We want to get through at least 2. Obviously preferred 3, but It is very taxing on the body. Now with those plyo push-ups, right? We don't have to stay in that push-up position if it's too much on our body. Our shoulders feel like we're gonna give up. Again, you kind of see what I'm doing right now. Always drop to our knees. We can complete it just like that, right? If you don't feel like dropping to your knees, we can always just stay in a regular push-up position, and then we can switch our hand movement or just regular push-ups. But the biggest thing we want to focus on is what's called protraction in our shoulders, right? My shoulders at neutral. We want to get to this position right here, right? So our back is actually further to the ceiling than our shoulders are. So we're just curving our back, right? A lot of shoulder muscles in there and tendons that can really be utilized for this exercise, kind of making it a little bit more functional. So, and more powerful. So starting with those plyo push-ups, start with about 6 to 8 reps. Again, I'm gonna go right foot, right hand in front of my left here, and then switch it up as we go. Again, kind of go at your own pace here. I'll just kind of talk us through it. Here we go. Here's 8. Up for those inchworms. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. Last one. And 8. Let's wipe off and go right back down for those plyo push-ups. Here we go, 6 to 8 reps, round 2. Last one here. 8. Go for one more round here. Why not? Build from that, right? Got about 5 minutes left. Again, we can kind of take a longer break through each of these rounds because not necessarily focused on a cardiovascular response, more so a power output response, right? So in order to do that, we kind of need to limit our work time and be able to have our muscles kind of adapt and regenerate between each set and workload. Back to those plyo push-ups. All right, last set of the shoulder taps here. Two more. Last one. All right. Let you guys finish up there. Quick towel off. About 2.5 minutes before the session ends. And what better way, and with a little bit of conditioning. Nothing too extravagant, just getting a lot of power output. We'll try to go just for one round here. Only a minute long. But during that minute, we want to go as hard as we can. Start with burpees for 20 seconds. Into split squat jumps for 20 seconds. We'll end it with a reverse plank hold. Something easy to finish. Okay. Starting about 10 seconds here. Burpees for 20 seconds. And have it this way. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. 10 seconds. And switch over to squat jumps. Split squat jumps. About 10 seconds. And last but not least, switch over. Reverse plank hold. Hips up. Hold this for about 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shut it down. Great job, guys. Finish off with a quick stretch and we'll get out of here. Go knee to chest. Slow that breathing down. Push it up here. Left over right. The lumbar stretch. Switch it up. Ankle grabs. Push it up. And let's shut it down right there. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hope to see you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of the week.